The legalization of marijuana in many U.S. states is creating a massive new industry, giving a generation of entrepreneurs an opportunity to strike it rich. These are their stories.
Most cannabis chefs out there will pair their cannabis with their ingredients, get people high. I specifically focus on cooking with high CBD strains for true medical marijuana patients. So it's not about getting people high for me, it's about helping them. It's really all about wellness. I have been interested in cooking since I'm 4 years old. And then from there, I just kept cooking and cooking, and I love cooking. I was an executive for several different underwear companies. Did that for about 20 years. After about 20 years, had a bit of a setback, personal setback. I was trying to figure out what to do with my life, and I said, God, just give me an idea. Next thing I knew, I thought of the idea of the 420 chef. You know, I had already had some experience in this because I had a friend of mine whose mother had a medical marijuana prescription and had no clue what to do with it because she didn't smoke. So I would come and I would actually cook brownies and cookies for her, and they seemed to work. When I made that dinner for this woman and I saw that it truly helped her, and she went on and on the next day about how much it helped her, I said, this is what I have to do. There's no other cannabis chef on the planet that does what I do. Nobody cooks low THC, high CBD, strictly medicinal edibles that are specifically geared or tailored towards the patient that needs them. When a patient comes to me and says, can you help me cook with my cannabis? The first thing that they have to do, obviously, in a medicinal state is they have to have a valid prescription and an ID for that state. Everything that I do, I keep above board. I don't buy anything for anybody, I don't sell anything to anybody. I teach them how to use that flower to be able to make their own edibles or make edibles for someone that they're a caregiver for. So what'll happen is they'll buy the bud, they'll say, hey, this is what I'm suffering from, this is the cannabis that I'm using, I have the flower. I teach them either via telephone or via the videos that I have online, or even in person, how to make butter and oil. Then the next phase is teaching them how to cook. So usually what I'll do the first time is I'll go to their home and I'll cook a meal, I'll cook an edible, I'll work with them, I'll explain to them how it works, how to dose, how to make sure they're getting what they're getting, and then they're home free. There you go. The canna butter onion roll. Do you taste the cannabis in it? At all?
Not at all.
There you go.
You know, I first started utilizing it for my anxiety, and that was really helpful, but I didn't know that there was such a large pain component or anti-pain. And for the longest time, I have really struggled with reproductive issues. What I found is that with the endometriosis and with the pain that is essentially crippling, I've had to call off work, I've had to cancel meetings, and that's just terrifying. When I start feeling that pain, I immediately medicate. And I'm hoping instead of smoking that I can actually turn more to edibles and get that right dose.
Right.
Because that's what I want to do. I want to be able to calm the pain, not be zonked out on my bed sleeping because I've taken too many prescription pain pills. But that I can function normally and go about my business, have my calls, go to my meetings, go about my daily life without feeling like I can't keep up anymore.
One of the reasons why I do what I do with edibles is because many patients don't want to smoke.
I started trying to find a good quality edible that I could have a little bit throughout the day to manage the pain, manage my anxiety, you know, and just allow me to be that even-keeled normal person with some personality.
Right, with no THC or very minimal THC.
Right.
And that, you know, that I get that a lot from the people that I cook for or that I teach how to cook. They're like, you know, seriously, I don't want to be high. I just want to feel great. I want to feel really good about, you know, the day. There's that balance.
Perfect level.
Yeah. You know, I think that that's one of the greatest things I can do is to cook great food for people, show them how to make it. People love the food so much. There's a cookbook coming out about it now with, you know, a lot of my recipes. So I think it's really, it's a lot of fun, and I know that I'm helping a lot of people. This is my purpose.